All right, we're going to simplify a rational expression in this example. What is the simplified form of the rational expression? That's actually what we just did in the last video, but I want to make sure we know how to deal with this 4 minus x squared. What is the domain? We were finding domain in the last video as well, for which the identity between the two expressions is valid. All right, so to simplify a rational expression, you want it broken down into all of its factors. What we have in the numerator here is kind of a special case. This 4 minus x squared, we're going to rewrite that in proper order, what we would call standard form. The x squared we want first, and it is a negative x squared, and the 4 is positive, so plus 4 over x squared plus 3x minus 10. All right, now when we have that leading term that's negative, when we want to factor, we actually want to factor a negative 1 out of those two terms. That will leave you with an x squared minus 4. And then we've got our denominator, x squared plus 3x minus 10. Okay, now we're going to get everything factored. The negative 1 we factored out front. This x squared minus 4, that's your difference of squares. We are squaring an x in a 2, so the negative 1 comes along. It factors into x plus 2, x minus 2. Now our denominator is a trinomial with just your x squared, so we can find factors of negative 10 that add up to positive 3. That's a positive 5 and a negative 2. All right, so now we stop and find the domain. The domain is when our denominator, x plus 5 times x minus 2, does not equal 0. So you set each factor equal to or not equal to 0. In our domain, the x's just cannot equal a negative 5 and a positive 2. All right, now we can go back to our expression and see if anything simplifies away. We have a x minus 2 over an x minus 2, and that looks like the only thing that we have. So our simplified expression is negative 1 times x plus 2 over x plus 5, or that negative 1 on top we could put out in front, so we can have a negative x plus 2 over x plus 5 for all x's that are not equal to negative 5 and positive 2. So our simplified answer does include the domain as part of what we're saying. All right, so a simplified form of a rational expression. How do we know if it's simplified? It has no common factors other than 1 in the numerator and denominator. Okay, just real quick, I want to make sure I point this out every time we see it. This x up top will not cancel with this x on the bottom because this x is a term. It's part of this x plus 2 factor. You can only cancel factors with factors. So an x plus 2 will only cancel with an x plus 2.